8 grand final event. Some hardware is on the line for these crews, as well as points towards the overall team winner, who will be awarded at the end of the day. This will be a 6-boat grand final event for these lightweights between Cornell in lane 1, Yale in lane 2, Navy in lane 3, Harvard in lane 4, Pennsylvania in lane 5, and Princeton in lane 6. And this is going to be an exciting final based on this morning's heat. We saw a lot of competitive rowing. Both Yale and Princeton finished their heats with a time of 7:51 and change, so that'll be tight between these crews, as well as Navy finished with a time of 5:50. Excuse me, that was 5:51 for Yale and Princeton. Navy with a time of 5:50. Cornell in lane 1 with a time of 5:46. Harvard with a time of 5:54, and Penn with a time of 5:57. So there'll be some exciting races that will develop in this grand final event, with Cornell in lane 1 as the favorite here. So these 6 crews are sitting, waiting, secured onto their stake boats. The coxswains are working on the last-minute bow ball adjustments, and you see Pennsylvania making some tweaks, and we will have a start in a moment here from the U.S. rowing official. And the starter's flag has dropped. We do have a start. Once again, this is the 3rd varsity lightweight 8 grand final event on Lake Quincy for the Eastern Sprints Regatta. And a fast start for all of these crews. You can see that Penn crew really getting the work done with the blades over in lane 5. And it does look like lane 3, Navy looks to be a bit off the pace right off the start, but still plenty of time for this crew to come back. It looks like they've shifted down a gear into their race cadence. And your leader overall right now is Yale in lane 2, going stroke for stroke almost with Cornell in lane 1. So that'll be an exciting race to shape up between lanes 1 and 2. And Harvard in lane 4 trying to push their bow ball into the leaders mix, as well as Princeton in lane 5 now making moves over Penn. Princeton in lane 6 making moves over Penn in lane 5. So a lot happening here, and it's looking like Princeton's trying to overtake everybody else in this race, with Harvard pushing their bow ball into the mix as well. And we are going to pass this over to Linda on the launch to take you down this middle 1,000. Linda, take it from here.
And it is Yale with the lead in this grand final for the 3rd varsity lightweight 8. And after that, except for Navy, it is just 4 boats on top of each other for places 2 through 5. So again, it is Yale out in front with Cornell, Harvard, Penn, and Princeton just really in a battle. Cornell starting to move a little bit back out, but not challenging Navy, Yale fully right now. It is still Yale and Cornell. Cornell starting to come back on terms with Yale, and we have Harvard sitting just ahead of Navy, but Princeton is taking advantage of the Pennsylvania crew, and really right now it is 2 boats out in front, Cornell and Yale, with Harvard with a possibly a slight edge or just right on top of Navy right now, and then Princeton and Pennsylvania a little further back. This is, again, these boats are very well matched. The 3rd varsity lightweight 8. Cornell was our number 1 seed from this morning, and they are really going to town here. They had high strokes well in the 40s and are tapping along right now at around 38, 39, as is Yale. As they go through the 1,000-meter mark, there's a lot of yelling going on in the boats. The guys are encouraging other folks in the boat. We're seeing a lot of action over on the far side between Cornell and Yale. Very close racing there, and then another tight pack of two between Navy and Harvard, and then the third pack is Princeton and Pennsylvania. Cornell and Yale are the top two seeds coming into this regatta. Harvard is trying to get back on terms. They were seeded number 3, but Navy did a job during the preliminary heats this morning. Navy, the number 5 seed, is really challenging for third place right now overall. And then Princeton, the number 4 seed in lane 6, is trying to come back on terms with Pennsylvania. And it looks like they've got some traction, and Princeton does have a margin on Pennsylvania, but it is Cornell and Yale in the top 2 positions, with Navy and Harvard going over for position number 3. We're gonna have to throw it over to you, Dave, when we're out of the sun for this final 500 meters.
Cornell and Yale have been at 39 and a half all the way down the course. It's hard to imagine that there's a lot left to burn up at the end. It still looks like Yale has a slight lead for the gold. Don't know if Cornell has enough in reserve to catch that Yale crew. They really caught fire today, and they are in the lead. It's a tenuous lead, but a lead nonetheless. Cornell challenging in lane 1. It's Yale in lane 2, Cornell in lane 1, and as Linda said, we've got 3 two-boat races going on, Harvard and Navy, and then Pennsylvania and Princeton. So still anybody's race. Nothing much in it between Yale and Cornell. Yale's now at 44 strokes a minute. Cornell at 40 strokes a minute. Yale has a 3-seat lead over Cornell coming into the final 100 meters. It's Yale through the roof. Cornell moving. It's going to be close. Cornell on a surge. Can Yale hold it? Cornell is surging. Looks like Yale took first over Cornell, with Navy claiming bronze, leaving Harvard, Princeton, and Penn to round out the field.